Well, I'm going to change out some coolant today in this radiator, and I figured the drain plug would be over by the bottom hose there, but no, it's not. It's over on the other side of the radiator, and I'll show you that in just a second. Now, the way I'm going to do it here is not a complete flush, but book says I'll probably get less than 80% out, but I don't know what's in here. Anyway, we're going to have some cold weather coming, and I want to make sure I got some antifreeze, coolant, whatever you want to call it, in the engine. So I'm going to be using number 8 hex key Allen wrench thing to loosen this plug, and you can use a small crescent wrench if you like. I'm loosening the plug and see if we'll get anything coming out of here. Okay, if you take the radiator cap off, things will drain much faster. And I'm going to go ahead and let this drain out and tighten it back up. Yeah, it's coming out a lot faster now. I need to loosen this plug here. It will help me get the air out of it better when I go to fill it. This is a 9/16, and this bolt was pretty stiff, so I sprayed it with a little lubricant, and that helped me break it loose. It does look like it had some red thread sealer on it. I'll be using this yellow stuff made for Ford, and what I'm going to do is fill this up, then I'm going to top this off up here with the plug, or top it off then put the plug in. Then I'm going to go ahead and fill this. Well, not fill it, I put some marks on the side. Middle is in between the full hot and full cold. Full cold is at the bottom, full hot is at the top. And I'll monitor this over the next few days when I'm driving the car, and I'll add more to this to bring it to the middle level or higher level, whichever way I want it. But the main thing is to make sure this is filled up here. That gets all the fluid or coolant to the back of the heads. And there's a little note here on the sticker on the frame here to remind you to do that. So here we go. I'm going to fill this up, and I'll put the cap on, fill that, put the plug on, and then put that at about half. Note that I 1 empty gallon, and I'm still not full yet. Speaking of animals, this antifreeze is deadly to them, so make sure you don't allow them to drink any of it. I got mine in a closed container that I'm going to dispose of, and the sweetness will get them. So keep an eye on them, watch the engines and everything. And this guy and another one decided to lock themselves in the car the other day, and the keys were in the car, and I had a heck of a time opening the door, getting them out. It took me about 4 hours, but I was able to do it. No spare key. Well, the smallest funnel I could find was a bit too large, but if my wife doesn't watch this video, she'll never know what I used. So I'm topping the vent off with coolant. I don't know how much I'm going to have to put in there. So as I'm filling this, it's coming up here into the radiator. So I think I'll put the cap back on the radiator and then continue filling over here. So I got this full, took 4 cups, but actually if I'd have filled the radiator first, put the cap on, then come back over to here, then it would have been much less. So I have to remember to fill the radiator, then come back, fill that, put the plug in, and then I'm going to put this fill this about halfway. This was not Loctite, this was red silicone, and I'm not putting any more silicone on it. I'm just getting it tight. I believe it's 9 psi. Just tighten it with the wrench as much as I can. Just tighten it good and snug. If it leaks, I'll put some silicone on it. That's one thing when you get this job done, that's one thing I have to remember is when I get all this done, I have to make sure I check for leaks everywhere. Well, I got carried away a bit. I was going to go about halfway, and I went a little over full. I believe the book says to go full anyway, but... Okay, now I'm going to warm it up and then let it sit overnight and then check this again, and then if I have to add any, I'll try and bring it up to the middle or to the full, wherever it needs to go. And check this for leaks, check my drain plug for leaks. Well, that's where my temperature is right now. It still hasn't opened yet. Why the shop manual says to have the heater control on cool, I don't know, unless it's a mistake. I've always had heater controls on the hot side to circulate through the heater core, so I'm leaving it on the hot side. I want coolant to go through the heater core. And I'm really cold right now, so I'm going to have to come back in a bit. So that's how I got at least 80% of the fluid changed in this 3.9 liter V6 Mustang. I hope your repairs go well, and I hope this repair can maybe give you a little insight of what you're up against. And I want to thank you all for watching and subscribing, and until the next video, this is Cars, Trucks, and Detours, aka Steve AZ711. Bye for now.